It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 60 seconds.
They're just a way of showing that you care.
A simple gesture to pay tribute to the 10 lives lost this week.
You know, you can't take it away, but I get to be in a position where I can help that healing process with creative energy.
And that energy is helping a community cope through tragic times.
I will never accept that this is normal.
Moms demand action after yet another deadly mass shooting in America, but tonight they gather to remember 10 beautiful lives lost.
Tonight, the action that we are taking, the action that everyone here is taking, is to come together to support one another.
And as each day passes, we learn more about these Coloradans and their stories.
She was a really, really special friend to me. She's, you know, like a soul sister. She's the kind of friend you want to grow old with.
Good Thursday evening, and thank you for watching Denver7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. Tomorrow morning at 10, Boulder Police will hold an update on Monday's mass shooting at King Soopers in Boulder. Boulder's police chief will be joined by the county district attorney. They will give updates on the next steps in the court process, crime scene processing, and the role of victim advocates. But tonight, the continued focus is on the victims. Dozens of people gathered at Fairview High School tonight for a vigil organized by the group Moms Demand Action. Denver7's Sloan Dickey is live there tonight. Sloan, this group pushes for gun safety laws, but tonight was about community healing.
Yeah, it was. And of all the gatherings I've been to this week, this was definitely the largest. Now, it ended about 10 minutes ago, but just for reference, the parking lot behind me is about a football field in size, and it was full from end to end. Now, people brought flowers and candles, coming here to mourn and share support. The vigil is being sponsored by an organization, as you mentioned, called Moms Demand Action, which started in the wake of the Parkland school shooting. They've become widely known for their support of gun safety laws. But there have been calls for action here. But the point of this gathering, organizers say, is to give the Boulder community space to grieve.
We have gathered tonight, as we have many times before, to mourn together, to share our pain, and to be connected with our community in a way that is true to who we are as parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, and neighbors. And let me be clear, we do not want to be here.
Now, Boulder's U.S. Representative Joe Neguse was also here. He spoke and shared the names of those 10 victims who died on Monday. Jessica?
Sloan, thank you. Tonight we continue to learn more about these victims, their stories, who they touched, and the lives they lived. We're learning Lynn Murray was a retired photo editor working for popular magazines like Cosmopolitan, Glamour, and Marie Claire. She loved to travel and spent about a decade living in Florida before moving to Boulder. Janet Cotton bonded with Lynn and created a decades-long friendship after the two organized a fashion show after 9/11.
She was a really, really special friend to me. She's, you know, like a soul sister. She's the kind of friend you want to grow old with. For her to be gone out of my life, I know she's in my heart. I know she's in spirit.
Lynn was working for Instacart and was inside the King Soopers filling an order. Her family and friends remember her smile and selfless attitude. For the first time, we're hearing from the family of 23-year-old Nevin Stanishich. Stanishich, the second youngest among the victims, was at the King Soopers to service a machine at the Starbucks kiosk. In a statement, his family expressed gratitude for all of the support and kindness extended by friends, neighbors, and the family's church. They also thanked the broader Serbian community across the country and beyond for reaching out to them in this time of need. Nevin will be laid to rest in a private ceremony this weekend. All week long, a memorial outside the King Soopers has been growing. There are messages of love, letters, and dozens of bouquets of flowers. Denver7's Addie Guajardo joins us live. Addie, the Boulder community continues to show their love and support for the victims.
That they do, Jessica. There's a heart out here that reads, Boulder loves you. The outpour of support has been just tremendous. I've witnessed moments of silence followed by tears, and this is how the community is paying their respect, by heart-shaped balloons, bouquets of flowers, and roses of all colors for all those lives lost. In the last 4 days, people of all walks of life have dropped off flowers. This, they say, is their way of coping with this tragedy, and it also offers a sliver of peace. It's a sign of a community hurting. And when words fall short, Joshua Dusk steps in to help ease the pain of a grieving community.
You know, you can't take it away, but I get to be in a position where I can help that healing process with creative energy.
Orders have been pouring into Boulder Garden floors since Monday.
Really busy.
When we learned 10 people tragically lost their lives.
Heartbroken.
An emergency shipment of flowers arrived just in time.
Police departments, former employees of King Soopers, local businesses that knew people, the victims, they're sending the flowers, neighbors and friends, and a lot of people walking in, just concerned citizens.
I think I feel like a lot of people just overwhelmingly heartbroken and sad.
Aaron Piling picked up 3 bouquets for a vigil.
It's our way of pausing and observing what happened and taking part in paying tribute to the victims.
Pushing way in. Flowers and arrangements cover the fence outside King Soopers, a sign of sorrow and strength. A tribute that allows people to grieve.
I feel terrible about it. It's just awful.
And give back at a time when one can feel so helpless.
They're beautiful. They're soothing. That's what you do. You know, when you lose somebody, when you bury somebody, they're just a way of showing that you care.
It's just so sad that we wanted to show our respect for the people who died.
Breathing hope into Boulder Strong, and a reminder to tell those you care how much you love them.
I tell my friends, you know, I love you all the time.
Now, there was an employee at the flower shop, a little too shy to go on camera, but she tells me she hopes the families of the victims find some comfort in this growing memorial showcasing strength and unity in this community. Reporting live in Boulder, Addie Guajardo, Denver7.
It is a beautiful memorial. Thank you, Addie. Next Tuesday, Officer Eric Talley will be laid to rest. The service is at 11 a.m. It's open to the public, but because of COVID and limited space available, you're being asked to watch the service online, or you can watch it right here on Denver7. Our cameras are going to be allowed inside the church, so you can count on our live coverage Tuesday morning on air, online, and on your streaming device of choice. Today we learned the handcuffs used to apprehend the gunman were those of Officer Talley. Boulder police called it an honor to use Talley's handcuffs to formally book the suspect into jail. They say, though this was a small gesture, we hope it is the start of the healing process that so many of us need at this time. There are victim families that are flatly saying to keep their names out of the gun control debate. Homer Talley, whose son, Officer Eric Talley, died in the shooting, told TMZ, quote, "My son would have been deeply offended to know his death would be used to promote gun control. Before he was an officer, he enjoyed shooting." And we want to thank all of you who called in to donate to the Colorado Healing Fund earlier this evening. You helped raise $16,288. Denver7 Gives is also donating $5,000, bringing that total to more than $21,000. The Colorado Healing Fund was created in 2018 to support victims of mass tragedies in Colorado that are the result of criminal acts. In Boulder, they've already given money that will help the families of those killed or targeted cover any expenses they need help with right now.
You are allowing us to help the maximum number of people in their time of need and of loss. We will use the funds that you so generously give to reach the community, the impacted community in Boulder, both in the short term with immediate needs, but also in the midterm and long term.
That's right, long term. Board Chair CYNTHIA COFFMAN says they know many of the victims don't really understand yet what kind of assistance they need, so the Colorado Healing Fund will continue to help. If you missed donating earlier tonight or want to donate again, just log on to coloradohealingfund.org. The suspect's mental health looks like it could be at the forefront as this case makes its way through the courts. New at 8, the Boulder County Sheriff's Office says that suspect is being housed at a different facility tonight because of threats being made. The defense team for 21-year-old Ahmad Alyssa asked a judge for a mental health evaluation. 11 charges were filed against the suspect, 10 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. The district attorney says that's for an alleged attempt to kill another police officer who responded to the scene. Additional charges will likely be filed in the next few weeks.
Oh my gosh. How am I going to come up with the money?
A Colorado woman buys a condo, only to be told she's on the hook for hail damage from several years back.
They could put a lien on my house. I've even heard that they could foreclose on my house, and I can't let that happen.
So she contacted Denver7 to try and get answers.
This cold front means some flakes and some raindrops in your Friday forecast.
And coming up later, women of color are breaking down barriers and making a name for themselves in the gaming world.
It's rare that I come across a female in general, but it's even rarer that I come across a woman of color who plays games while I'm gaming.